All right, according to the technology at hand, we should be live. I will wait for a sound check from the audience before I get too far into this because everything should be working. I haven't done YouTube for a minute, so you gotta take it one step at a time here. So what was the first thing I was supposed to talk about? I don't even fucking remember. Oh, eBay and shit like that. Yeah. So I will just go into my own description here. Let's take a look. We'll see if chat is running. Yep, we're live. There we go. Hell yeah. And the microphone is also working. All right, thank you for the sound check. Sometimes I have to do it myself. Sometimes people do it for me, but I'll take it. Let's see here. What do we got? All right, so talking eBay, making that first sale in a year. Yeah, so a while back I started posting armies and things on Instagram, just letting people know I was going to be willfully letting things go and everything like that. And if some of my fans wanted to pick the stuff up, I'd be a lot more reasonable. So when I finally got onto eBay, I was getting I really thought that the bolt action Marines were going to go first, and because they had the most amount of views, most amount of watchers, most amount of interest. And then the Lord of the Rings complete collection just snuck up on the Marines like that. And then I was getting offers, and some guy offered me like $400. Like, are you fucking serious, dude? Like, that's cute. I have $400, and that's what it's worth, and blah blah blah. And of course I told him X, and then I told him Y, and then he upped his offer to 600. I understand that, you gotta lowball the guy, first, and then give yourself some place to go. But he only wanted the orcs, and I always you're not allowed to refer to anything else, an outside website at all, in chat. They monitor that stuff so freaking heavily now. And this is one reason I wanted to avoid eBay, is because it's just, you don't have a lot of lateral movement. It is, you must use this site so that we can make money. And the one thing that pissed me off, it was like a $294 seller's fee, which was bullshit. Like, are you fucking kidding me? $294 seller fee? Like, fuck you. But yeah, that's just fucking horse shit right there. But they wouldn't need to charge that much if every single Tom, Dick, and Harry in the UK didn't have a shop in Knightsbridge. All right, if they didn't have a shop in Knightsbridge just posting garbage. Here you go, I got this one organ gun, and that's going to be 45 quid because I'm a scalper. You got this one organ gun, it's a cut gun, and there it is. I'll put it down like that, take a picture, and then there'll be a piece broken off of it and everything like that. Yeah, it doesn't work. And then, or they'll have this one obligatory figure from the 90s, and so the site is polluted. Whereas, like, I think what they need to do on eBay is they need to, what's up, Ultimate Warrior? How you doing? Fox? Hungar might be there. He might have stepped out. Haven't seen him for a while. It's always good to see someone from the James gang. I haven't been on YouTube forever. I will be churning out a Monsterfest video on Rumble tonight, so join me over there for that one. I think I'll hold off on the Rumble release for the next video, just to see how good this video does algorithmically. What's up, Unforgiven? So the whole experience is just kind of sour, and eBay wouldn't need to charge so much if people didn't pollute the site with their garbage. I really think that they need a different site. eBay needs to have a site for just auto parts, a site for just secondhand clothing, and then I'd have to say a site just for collectible toys. We'll put miniature wargaming shit in the avenue of collectible toys and everything like that, because you just get all kinds of garbage on there, you know, and there's and the worst part is that people, oh shit, that is like a big spider. Give me a second. I gotta hold it right there, Jaywalker. Ah! All right, deal with you later. Motherfucker, yeah, that's right. You're dead. All right. Yeah, let's see here. We got him right there. Stepped on his sorry ass. Fucking motherfucker. There's a gum wrapper. We'll wrap him up in that. Double crush this son of a bitch. It's time to spray for spiders. The poison is worn off. We're compromised down here. We're compromised. Fucking A. It's time to spray for spiders. I forgot I was going to do that this weekend, but I spent the whole weekend packing up that order. And guys, this Lord of the Rings collection damn near ran me out of bubble wrap. So, you know, after I get it all boxed up, so what I did was I put all the miniatures in a single box, wrapped them up in rolls, so there's like 5, 6, however many miniatures would fit and I thought would travel together nicely, because, you know, some of these guys are awkward. Some of these guys have spears, you know, and you gotta be careful in that respect and everything. And then the worst thing was the Witch King model. I'm gonna pull up a picture of the Witch King model here real quick. I'll actually have to make myself smaller, but screw it. Y'all know what the Witch King looks like. Just Google it. I had to kind of like put bubble wrap underneath his base, and I had to keep doubling up the bubble wrap and making it bigger, and then putting bubble wrap on. Then I put a layer of paper on. Then I had to come up and around the wings. It literally looked like a misshapen football after the time I was done packing the stupid thing. I asked the guy, I said, do you want me to cut it, drill 2 holes into the, what do you call it, base of the Witch King? So you would have the support. I would make a surgical cut probably towards the bottom, and then drill in a little hole on each side, and then you can just pin vise it back together and then paint the thing black. And he's like, nah, if it breaks in transit, it breaks in transit. Usually when people spend that kind of money, they're normally pretty cool. And it was some Italian guy in New Jersey, like, he's got an Ucci in his name. I'm like, what the hell? Am I selling miniatures to the Sopranos now? The Witch King. Not King Theoden, the Witch King, Agnar, or whatever his name is. The one that Eowyn killed. It was real nice, but God, nobody in my group wanted to play Lord of the Rings. You know, it's a fun game of miniatures. I love it when people bitch about Games Workshop prices, and they're just like, it's not fair. Then go play Lord of the Rings and shut the fuck up. There you go. Seriously, go play Lord of the Rings and your mother, okay? If you want cheap, decent GW figures, go play Lord of the Rings. That's like the one range that's a mainline game supported, that, you know, and if you don't support it, they're going to do away with it, you know. Because there's no way they can tie themselves to the rings of power. I mean, with the strong jaw Space Marine ladies walking around and everything, I don't think that they want to go down that path again, because they got a lot of pushback. You know, I mean, Games Workshop likes to shoot themselves in the foot. We'll end movement trays. We'll end Deneb Stone. We'll end, what was that? There was a wash. Devlin Mud. We'll end Devlin Mud, which was the best. Deneb Stone and Devlin Mud were the best Citadel colors ever. We'll get rid of the old formula for inks and bring them back under something else. And, you know, so anything useful, they got to shoot themselves in the foot and get rid of. God damn. Now I'm like looking for creepy crawlies on my floor. I was just like, what the, you know, I mean, god damn, it never ends around here. So, or they need to, I think there needs to be some kind of a boutique site for eBay. For maybe just a miniature wargamers section, you know, but I think that eBay needs to crack down on people who are literally selling garbage. I think that you should get an entire I think you should get 3 months for a loose item. Like if you have a single figure auction loose item piece of shit from the 90s, you should get 3 months, and then they boot it from the site. I think that's what eBay should do. They boot it from the site to save energy on their fucking servers and everything. And then you'd have that guy, oh no, they booted my strange pot-bellied savage orc from the obscure 90s into oblivion, and then you're not able to repost that same item for the next year. I think that's what they need to do, is they need to do a lot more site maintenance and see who's trying to sell garbage. You know, because like when I go into it, there's a guy, store owner dickhead over there. When I go over to store owner dickhead and he says he's got some stuff in used, I'll look at it and he's like, oh, so how about it? I'm like, look, dude, I don't buy garbage. I don't want high elves from the 90s. I don't want the bolt throwers from the 90s. When you say high elves, I'm assuming that you have something nice that somebody took the time to put together. No, instead, I got something that looked like it passed from owner to owner until the last owner stepped on it when it was in a trash bag and then gave it to you, and you're trying to sell it to me for $400. I don't buy garbage. You know. So the first offer came in. The second offer, somebody was only interested in Rohan, and they made a reasonable offer for the Rohan. But so I get around the language on eBay because, again, everything's like they monitor your chatter now. You can't post any links, so I have to post it in the description. I'm like, go into my Instant Grams account link in the description if you want to talk further. And that was like the only way I could talk to him. And of course, he didn't talk to me. So there was that. And then I woke up I got off of work one day, woke up from my nap, and I didn't even get a single alert from eBay that an item is sold. Usually it'll make a ching sound. Told him I didn't get an alert. It was a Thursday. I said, I will have this boxed up by the end of Saturday morning. And sure enough, I was right. It took me that long. And I was tired that Thursday. I sat down. I must have done at least 40 miniatures, all of the cavalry. Ran a whole roll of Scotch tape. I went back to the shipping store. When I went to the shipping store, when I was finally done boxing it up, it was a box within a box, and the books were on the side with the dice and everything. And so you had basically an 8-pound box. That was, I don't have the dimensions. It was a big box. It was an 8-pound box, and it would have cost $202 to ship that U.S. UPS. The United States Postal Office wanted $200. UPS Ground wanted $115. I shipped it out for $98 on FedEx Ground. And you only get $100 of insurance with that. So this is going to be a new metric. I've actually entered some things into one of my Punisher War journals here that I keep around by me. Because now I got to go into each one of those auctions and I have to modify the shipping cost by $15 plus. I had no idea shipping had gotten this out of hand. Back on Rumble, I was sharing a video called from Steve Van Meter. He's a stock guy. He's talking about how the economy is collapsing. Just look at FedEx's stock right now because nobody's shipping anything. Nobody's buying anything from warehouses and Amazon. Because Amazon still does use FedEx to a certain extent. They just don't use them anymore for local delivery and everything. And so nobody's buying anything. Nobody's moving anything. So UPS stock and I think UPS stock and let's see. Just got to double check. I don't know if that's the case because the market has manipulated the shit right now. $130. They finished in the green, up $1 on UPS. I don't see why they're complaining. FedEx finished up a whole 90 cents. Let's go for that 5-day crash. Let's see where they were with a month. Okay, so they had a drop off where they, oh God, they complain about $10. Like, fuck you. When your stock is worth $264 and normal people, normal wages can't afford to buy that unless that's all that they're buying, and you're complaining about a $10 drop in your share price, if you ask me, that's not even enough. I would like to see a $50 drop in your share price. Then maybe I'd start to panic. I mean, if you trade stocks like I do and everything and you buy shit, I mean, you can't get emotional about it. You really can't get emotional about it when right now I wasn't expecting Philip Morris to go so high, and I'm just sitting here waiting for it to go down so I can buy more because tobacco is my number one dividend payer. But like, fuck you. Oh, you went down 10 whole dollars. 10 whole the poor children. And overall, the past month, you're down $22. Like, come on. Fuck off with that shit. Hardly newsworthy, if you ask me. Maybe if we woke up and your stock was worth minus $64 and it was $200 from where it is. But, like, God, dude. I mean, that's not even a buy-in. That's not even a buy-in for either of these. UPS just steady in the green, paying the dang geld to their unions. 6 months. I hate it when they make news about stocks that drop when they're wholly within $10 of their average share price. I can understand if you're Ford and all of a sudden you woke up one day and Ford stock wasn't worth. Ford stock is crap, by the way. Thank you to the unions in that one, because they eat up all the profits. Their stock went from. I wouldn't be surprised if I woke up and their stock went from $10 down to $1. And then Ford trying to raise money for that. But like, okay. So I finally got that out. I think the next army that's gonna fall is probably the bolt action army. That one has a lot. Like, I never use it, So I decided to sell the Lord of the Rings stuff. I'm just kind of rambling now. I don't have a generic plan. I decided to sell the Lord of the Rings stuff because I never got to use it. I never, ever got to use it. I made this nice collection, and there was no interest among my circle of friends or anything like that. And it's hard to keep a, a knowledge of any kind of rule set. Any kind of rule set, it's really hard to keep a knowledge if you don't get to play it. I kept the knowledge of Conquest, last Argument of Kings, the last few months, because we've been playing the shit out of that game. I recently reread the fantasy rule book. I'm going to do it one more time, and I'm preparing for a tournament on the 26th, even though I was taking a sabbatical, but I didn't pay all this money to get a Bretonnian army to not play. Let me go to the chat real quick here. What's up, Cornite, Hungar? Happy Sunday. I don't think I have that seller status yet. I haven't sold anything for a year. I try because they want to tax you on it. The guy paid sales tax on it. I should not have to pay tax on second-hand items that I sell. Like, fuck you, Uncle Sam. Oh, did you make $600? We're going to need to know about that. Like, fuck you, and then some. Like, seriously, with the taxes, fuck off with that shit, and it really pisses me off, so it's like, you can't get ahead at all. So if you have a garage, this is why a digital currency would be a complete motherfucking disaster. It would be a complete motherfucking disaster. Let's say you give your nephew $20 for his birthday. They'd be like, we need our 40%. Dirt and dirt. We're the government. We're here to help you. No, we're here to ass ram you into oblivion. And that's why, because every transaction you did would be broken down to a microtransaction and it would be taxed. All right? There's a reason why Camel Toe Harris has the support of the IRS. Are you kidding me? Democrats, they have the support of the IRS? Like, really? What fucking world are we living in? You ever watch Ghostbusters and you go to a Democrat town like New York, and then you have that piece of shit Walter Peck walk into the door from the EPA, and just watch how Peter treats them? They treat the guy from the EPA like he's a piece of shit because he is a piece of shit. You work for the EPA, you're a piece of shit. You work for the FBI, you're a piece of shit. You work for the IRS, I hope you burn in hell. There you go. Great. This really went south of the border very, very quickly. I can feel the algorithmic demotion coming right now. It's coming. He's saying all the keywords that he's not supposed to say. There's some Indian in the background just typing away, demote, 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 demote. Porsche's going to bottom at 68 euros. I would never invest in any kind of Euro trash company. It's good that you made some money on a meme stock, though. I'll give you that, Fox. I mean, I missed that. Wish I could have bought a bunch of GameStop stock and sold when I had $16,000. It's what do you call it? It's the luck of the draw, you know. Usually I sell when I get to about 13% of what I bought it for. Then I book profits on X amount of shares, and I have an initial position that I hold no matter what. So if I have 48 shares, I will sell 8 of those shares and keep the 40 and book that profit for myself, you know. So I'm in the green at least on Robinhood. My IRA is doing better. The only problem this year is that there really hasn't been anything to buy outside of Kraft Heinz, and I've strengthened the position on Dominion Energy, and that's about it. But I am glad I am not a UK citizen. I would never pay taxes to a government that basically hamstrings every economic prospect that I have to pay for a bunch of fucking Africans and Arabs who shouldn't be there. End of story. I don't know what to say to that. You know, you guys either the men of the UK either need to find their balls and really, like, if you guys riot, you need to mess shit up. I'm talking burning cop cars, flipping shit over, like some of the riots, the comedical riots that they have on The Simpsons and shit like that, where Homer goes ape and everybody in Springfield goes crazy, and it's just like, oh, this all never would have happened if Marge Simpson didn't go to jail kind of riots, you know. Yeah, so in order for the powers that be, the owner class of every fucking country out there to control everything, Survivor, they need to control food, they need to control energy, and they need to control banking. All right, so they need to control all 3 of those things. And central bank digital currency. This is why I think that they've been printing money like crazy, both Democrats and Republicans. I mean, I can criticize Trump right now. He never should have printed any kind of money for COVID, you know, but he was trying to get reelected, and boomers are the biggest fucking voting bloc on the face of the planet, and if you don't cater to the boomers, they won't vote for you. You have to cater to seniors. And, you know, I blame the boomers for not dying with dignity during the pandemic. There you go. Yeah, there, I said it. I blame them for not dying with a little bit of dignity. Oh, I got to hold on to what little life I have left, you know, after I've gotten all the money. You know, it's like I always tell my dad, F off. Your generation had 5 to 7 times the buying power that my generation had. The economy actually worked back then. Whereas, like, you make a little bit of money. Okay, I made some money, but I paid a $1,500 HOA this year. So did I really make anything? No. You just usually when you come down to eBay, usually you're just kind of doing a little bit better each time. You're just doing a little bit better each time. That's all you can hope for. Nerds, where? Evil Abe Lincoln, how you doing, bro? You know what? I think that watch how fast they close that law. If every single productive male in this country switched to exempt and turned off their taxes and refused to pay. You just switch your what is it? Your W-2 form to exempt. You don't pay, or you claim. I mean, the bullshit thing is, I should be able to claim head of household. I can't claim head of household. I would get a little bit more. I would have higher take-home pay if I can claim head of household. I mean, but they wanted. That was the 1 year I had to pay. So at the end of this month, I'm going to take X amount of dollars. I'm going to throw it into my IRA, and I'm going to use those for write-offs, and I'll actually have a decent return because of that. But this is money I've already paid tax on, and then when I start drawing from my IRA, I have to pay taxes on that as well. So like, go fuck yourself. I mean, Dave Chappelle was actually talking about Donald Trump on a comedy sketch. And he's sitting there, he's like, the whole system is rigged. And Hillary and Obama were sitting there, no, it's not. You know how I know it's rigged? You want me to pay my taxes? I know the system is rigged because I use every loophole that her donors use to not pay taxes. And like that, a star was born. She didn't know what to say to that. And I really think that was that one line that actually won him the 2016 election. I don't know what the UK is going to do, Mule Avenger. I really don't. They've got a lot of they've got more minority citizens, non-citizens living in London than actual Anglo-Saxon citizens. I don't think that there is a way back unless they take a total monetary collapse. I'm not asking for much this election cycle. There's 4 things that I want if Trump is to get into office. Number 1, they're going to have sweeping election reform. That's probably the capital demand, which will force every state to purge their voter rolls every 4 years. End of story. And if you have to show up with 2 pieces of mail, a birth certificate, a social security card, and a driver's license to prove your citizenship, then let it be that. And it should be a national holiday. End of story. So every 2 years in this country, it'll be a national holiday when you go and vote. So you vote, national holiday for the midterms, national holiday for the presidential election. You show up in person to vote, no more mail-ins. You literally have to be bleeding out of your eyes or your asshole in order to get a mail-in ballot. No more drop boxes either. That would be a good cornerstone. As for what do you do with the 15 million migrant scumbags that they let into this country, if they get so much as a parking ticket, they get deported. End of story. You just deport them when they commit a crime. And you have to end birthright citizenship, so no anchor babies. You have to end birthright citizenship. And I think that would clear up a lot. At least he's +1 nationally right now, But I think we're getting off topic a little bit here. So let me see here. I approve of this message. Thank you, sir. Purpose of what it does. The purpose of the system is what it does. Can you elaborate on that, Evil Abe? I just want to play my war games, and if I sell something, I don't want to be taxed out the ass for it. And I'm not going to declare. So I haven't made $5,000 in Masters of War productions this year, so I think I'll be good. Even if all that shit sells, it still won't be $5,000, and I'm not going to fill out a W-2 form on that. They can go and fuck themselves royally in the ass. They want to audit me, that's fine. I don't care. I'm so fucking over the fucking taxes that we pay in this country. Another thing, another cornerstone. So I mentioned election reform, deportation, no more welfare to non-citizens. That would probably be the big number 2. If you're not a citizen, you ain't getting shit. There's this Ecuadorian dude who works at my company, and he was complaining about his welfare check that he sends home in the form of remittances. He literally gets welfare to be here, and he's probably making $27 an hour. or he might be making $30 an hour, and he's literally complaining about his welfare check. So you go figure that. No more. Because if you get rid of any kind of government assistance for these people, a lot of them will pack up and leave. They're happy to live on the crumbs in a Western country as long as they're being put up in a hotel. And then, just election reform, no more handouts to non-citizens, and if you can get the wall, you can get the wall. But I don't know. I have a feeling that printers are going to go burr, but hopefully it's not enough. I'll end it on this note. The one thing that I don't get with anybody who would be voting Harris Walls is they spent 4 years, 3.5 years, lying to you about Biden's cognitive capabilities. And you're okay with that? You're okay with the fact that they fucked over Bernie Sanders yet again for a vegetable? I mean, I wouldn't have minded a Bernie Sanders presidency, and I'm not saying this in like, I'm a socialist I'm a socialist communist douchebag kind of soy boy, whatever you want to call me, because the donor class wouldn't have helped him out during the midterms, so everything would have swung to the Republicans again. And he wouldn't have gotten anything done. He would have gotten probably one thing done during his whole tenure, or 8 years or 4 years as president, where it would just be normal business in America, and they're not signing his laws. He would be a lame duck president. End of story. I can deal with a lame duck. Whether he's a Republican or a Democrat, I would much rather have a lame duck presidency where nothing ever fucking happens. And so I'll end it on that. I wish we could get Ron Paul as president. I really do. Yeah, they knew he had early onset dementia and Alzheimer's, and they lied to the public directly. And the fact that you would vote for the same party that lied to you about his cognitive capabilities tells me that you're a booger-eating moron that's literally one step above maybe IQ migrant. Thank you. And you get a ballot every... you ask... I see some of these videos on Instagram. I don't know how real they are, where they ask women to name 3 countries, or they ask women to name all the planets. Like, okay, I got my mom with that one. I'm like, you don't even know what all the planets are. And I'm not going to tell you how many there are. She missed Uranus. And I can go... we can say that there's 9. So I can go Pluto, Uranus, Neptune, Saturn, Jupiter. That pretty much... takes out the Jovian ring. We can go Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. That's it, if you're counting Pluto. 9 planets, and women normally can't name all 9 planets. So, other than that, the last little subject matter here was Monsterfest. Let's talk about that real fast. Monsterfest is in effect, and I hope that you guys watch the Monsterfest videos. Monsterfest is something that I do as a labor of love. Every single September, I start working on the videos, and I really put myself through hell to get these videos out there because I like horror movies. It's no secret. I'm a horror movie junkie, and my goal is to at least get 45 likes on YouTube for every video that I put out for Monsterfest. There are 4 of them. If you were a patron, you got all of those videos first, and I just want to give you a special shout out to those people. You know who you are. Thank you so much for everything that you've done for me. We'll be getting a new computer pretty soon. Then if I work up enough money on Patreon to get another camera, I'll probably shut that side of the thing down. Oh, I hope you liked it. Did you watch it on Rumble? The Rumble one was actually pretty good. They had that whole pet cemetery with Garfield where he gets hit by a car and he's like, fucking Mondays. Boom. And at the end they're like, oh, well, he's so fat it cushioned the shock from getting run over. Was that before or after you killed Nermal? Before. That pussy was a twat. So, yeah, Pet Cemetery was a good one. I remember the good old kindly DM James. Shout out to DM James talking about how Pet Cemetery scared him as a kid. So I thought I'd throw that in. I was thinking about DM James when I did Pet Cemetery. So if he's out there watching, I hope he got a chance to watch the Pet Cemetery one. Um, I really do. I put a lot of effort into those videos, so they've got to be top notch. My friend who paid me some money to go and watch Moana, so that'll be the next movie review that I do. I actually always wanted to be in real life. When I was younger, I would watch Joe Bob Briggs on Monster Vision on TNT. I'll never forget. I think it was '98. Just before Monster Vision ended, he had a decade on TNT where he had Rowdy Roddy Piper on, and they watched They Live. And I saw that movie for the first time on cable and everything, and they would just literally be on all night, marathoning movies for Monster Vision. And I was like, how cool would it be to do what this guy does for a living? You sit in this, and of course I was young, I didn't know he was on a set. I thought he was actually just doing a show from his trailer park, That's how, shows you how dumb I was. Or do what Elvira does for a living, That's usually never going to happen. But Monsterfest is out. I could really use some help getting some likes on those videos, It gives me a feeling of accomplishment to get all that crap done when I do it and everything. And it's the biggest labor of love that I do every single year. So if you're watching Monsterfest, thank you very much. Don't forget to check it out on Rumble. On Rumble right now, I'm probably going to sneeze, but on Rumble, we are one subscriber away from the big 150. My goal for the year was 250, but I will take that. I've been grinding a lot over there. For every 3 battle reports, the third one just goes to Rumble for, Conquest, Last Arguments. So I'm going to put out some more of those. Don't forget to watch the Conquest ones, because I think I'm having a lot of fun playing those. And then if I'm lucky, I can get one more battle. I have a battle report filmed, but I need to see what the footage looks like, where I used my Bretonnians. I was acting very heroically. And for once, my dice didn't completely fail me, so it was a good game. So once I check out the footage from that, I'll try to get that up. As for HD shows, I don't know if I'm going to get one more this year. I've been extremely friggin' busy. Both at mostly because of the painting table. I mean, right now I'm painting up Bretonnians, and this might be a no paint stream here. I might do a little bit. It's already 42 minutes into this, and I haven't stopped talking. But it's good to come on YouTube every now and then and see what kind of algorithmic suppression you get from those MFers over there at Google, the evil powers that be at Google. Yes, you can pay me money to review movies. If it's Disney, there's a premium with that. I should put the prices for that out there. Just hit me up on Instagram will work something out. Yes, you can. That has always been a thing. If you're a patron, you can request any movie review at any time. I thought I made that clear a long time ago, but yes, you can pay me to review movies. There are some movies that I won't do, like Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. That pushes a button with me. Another one is what is it? It's that cannibal movie, Cannibal Holocaust. I don't want to watch Cannibal Holocaust. I've watched it twice. I don't want to watch it again. And then, what's another one? There's one more Blood-Sucking Freaks. That's another movie that I don't want to watch. Again, I've seen that. And then I won't watch Ichi the Killer because I know that director. There's a very small list. I don't think it's over 10 movies that I will flat out refuse. And I would have to be paid a lot of money to do those. But yeah, usually anything's on the table except hardcore porn, so I'm not going to be watching Tarzan X, The Shame of Jane anytime soon. A Serbian film. What kind of films would come out of Serbia? Would they be more messed up than those of Japanese cinema? Like I mentioned Ichi the Killer, I saw another movie from the same director called The Audition, and that one was like, oh no, that's creepy as all hell. Oh, you can super chat me immediately on Rumble. If you want to super chat me, you can. I am completely demonetized. I never partnered on YouTube. I never partnered on YouTube because, I didn't see a need to do it. I mean, when I'm sitting here, doing real talk with people, I think it would always be unfair to make. I felt that if I ever got to that level I can have commercials. I always felt that I'd be doing people a disservice if all of a sudden I was about to make a great point, argument, and then a commercial pops in. You know, um, I think it's. I mean, if you have subscribers and you want to monetize and everything, that's fine. I'll still watch you and everything. Like, shout out to Leon T66. I'm a member of his channel, And what's his name over there at Seven Sun Wargaming? That guy paints his ass off, and he deserves a little extra money for it. And those guys are top-notch Brit players, hobbyists. They paint their asses off, and they deserve a little bit of extra money. I feel sorry that I can't watch them as often as I want to. There's VK Von Ketteringham. I can't keep up with everything that he's doing. I haven't had time to watch a lot of things because I've been painting and making content, and so it's like, if I'm and one of the things that I've been doing is just I've been very concentrated, so I haven't been watching anything. But if Seven Sun ever listens, shout out to him, and good on him that he's gotten to 10K. He's one of the most legit wargamer channels out there, and they're very hard to come by. I mean that they are very hard to come by. I mean, there's that guy I was watching that he was making dwarf videos, and he has 5 videos out and almost 3,000 subscribers. Where did these people come from? Bot farmers, every single fucking one of them. Yeah, so if you want to give me super chats, you can give me super chats on Rumble when I stream on Rumble. I'm going to get back to a regular stream schedule on Rumble pretty soon as Monsterfest is over. Usually I like to let those movies out because I need a break. I need a break after making all that. I've got to watch the video. I actually have some of them right here. Pet Cemetery was 7 pages of notes, and then oh, wait a minute. This is... Oh, just the... I was going to save this for a surprise, but since you're watching, the Possession, the Amityville 2, the Possession was 7 pages of notes. 8 pages of notes. And then I have to read the pages of notes 3 times. Then I get up and I run it, and I go for it. Then it's like I got to sit in the... That one took me from 10 a.m. to about 1 p.m. to finish all the way. So, I'm glad to hear that people think that the videos that I did for Monsterfest this year were top notch, because I do put some time into them. Oh God, no. What was okay? It's called Serbian, and it's really messed up. Okay, I'm gonna write that down. And if you want to get in touch with me on Instagram, we can work that out. Let's see here. What do I think is fair? All right, if you're going to force me to watch a Disney film, I'm going to charge $100 for that. For any generic film, $25 will do. Because, it gives me something to do, and I'm one of those people that I constantly have to be grinding on something. Otherwise, my life doesn't have a meaning. I will sit on the couch and do and do nothing sometimes, but that's usually out of the point of exhaustion. But yeah, you can DM me, and it's called A Serbian Film. This does not sound good. Google that right now. I have to make sure this isn't a porno. or a Serbian version of, what do you call it? LMNOP Q business of the variety. 2010. Okay. Only made 1,500 at the box office. Okay. Horror, mystery. Okay, images. Here, what do we got? Oh, okay. Okay, it doesn't look like it was The Guardian from 2010. Okay, a Serbian film. Oh, am I gonna have to look at Wang Doodle? Am I gonna have to look at? I hope I don't have to look at Wang Doodle. I don't want to look at Wang Doodle. You know, if this is a movie where a guy's Google is hanging out 20% of the time, I don't know. Flaccid Wang Doodle. Do I look like George R.R. Martinson? Wiener, wiener, wiener. Oh yeah, Audition is a great film. It's a great film. It almost pushes that button, but it's a pretty good one. Shogun Assassin, also known for the Lone Wolf and Cub series, is pretty good. I like that. I watched that in its entirety. I wish my Japanese was better. I've been so busy this week, I haven't even had time to sit down for 20 minutes a day and study like I normally do. Shout out to JVC Paints, who he just finished a Spartan Army. So if anyone's watching, I always like my Gen X content creators. So the James Gang, Shadow and Sun, JVC, all those Gen X guys, you can learn a lot from them. They were in the hobby first, making it look cool back in the days of Kevin Smith and Mallrats. He just painted a Spartan Army and it looks pretty good. A fucking show off is more like it, But he's a gold demon winner. Of course he's going to be better than a lot of people, you know. Yeah, Lone Wolf and Cub. You can watch that for free, commercial free, usually on what do you call it, Amazon. Evil. You're all about this a Serbian film. You'll have to just DM me on Instagram. Yeah. So I didn't set that price, but I did the Alien Romulus review. I was kind of proud of that one because I just got home and I frickin' rinsed off, showered, came down here and did it, and I was done by like 1 a.m. And so that a new film could put me out, and usually in a theater I can't take notes because it's too dark, so I have to do it right then and there. I have to write down something about it. So I don't know how I'm going to do this Moana 2 one. I haven't seen a Disney film in forever. So that's it. Monsterfest is out there. I hope you guys are watching. Don't forget to leave likes and comments and share these in your circles of friends. A share is worth a lot. You can super chat me on Rumble, but as far as monetizing on YouTube, I have no desire, no will to give the oligarchy at Google any money. Any freaking money whatsoever. Human centipede, what? I've already seen that. They had that in South Park, the human centipede, where they sew up 3 people and Kyle's in the middle and there's some Japanese dude crapping in his mouth. He's like, "Oh no, burrito, not sitting well. What do you want me to eat? Cuttlefish and asparagus or vanilla paste? Vanilla paste." And you can hear him because his lips are sewing onto his asshole. He's like, "Vanilla paste, vanilla paste." And he's like, he eats cuttlefish and asparagus. "Oh no, it's going to be big. Be strong, Kyle." And he just starts taking a dump. And then there's a woman sewn to his asshole, and he's sitting there in between. And you're like, "You didn't read it? This says we never have to let you go." Steve Jobs is like some evil dude. All right, let's see here. I think we pretty much talked about everything except for eBay scalpers. So a while ago, let me go get the model. got this guy 3D printed for me, a Green Knight. He's all done now. And I was looking for one on eBay, and some guy, he sold them. And this is, this is a public service announcement more so than anything. Do not buy overpriced scalped miniatures. Do not feed these motherfuckers. Do not feed these bastards at all. I wish there were some people out. I wish these MFers could, these jackasses could literally find some other way of making a living. Please, for the love of God, this is what you do with your money. So the Green Knight at retail value costs $42 from the Games Workshop website. He's always out of stock because people will order 5 or 6 of them, and then they will mark the price up to about $100, and then people keep buying them on eBay. Do not buy scalped miniatures, all right? Don't. There's no value in any of the packaging, so if you see a Bretonnian Trebuchet for $129, which is like, let me just go in real quick. Hold on. Oh, wrong one. Wrong one. Here we go. The old world. Britannia. Okay, he's $42. The tree bucket is... Where's the tree bucket? I don't see the tree bucket. Trebuchet wa doko desu ka? Oh. Yeah, okay, so the Trebuchet is an expert kit. It costs $81 and they're marketing it up to $150. Don't feed these guys. Do not feed them whatsoever, because they are literally destroy. The only way I would allow people to feed these... okay, so there's a guy, I almost bought Lady Elise Deschard off of a guy, but he had 3 of them that he had painted identical. And I'm like, okay, I don't have to do any of the work there. I can buy this unicorn woman. I can buy that model, and it's already painted for me. And it's a decent paint job. Yeah, I can understand if you did that. But these guys, it's like Pokemon cards, You had all these adults buying cards, throwing them up on eBay, and are like at like double the retail value. And I'm like, you literally can't figure out a better way to make a fucking living than buying out the Green Knight and then throwing it on eBay. I mean, what is that per model? Let's see here. So you're making $54 a model, So you sell 6 of them, you made $324. That's small potatoes. You can't find a better way. I mean, work at the gas station for a day. I mean, the gas station down the street pays $17 an hour. Fuck. You'll work at the gas station. You'll make a lot more money a lot faster. But, like, literally, they're just buying up the single models and they're just literally selling them out. Luckily, prices have come down on some of the plastic shit. I will say that. But they're also the Questing Knights are starting to come back. The Grail Knights are still out of stock. They're driving up the price of Grail Knights and Mounted Yeomen. I haven't even taken a look at see what they got in the Warriors of Chaos range. I wonder what's being scalped out there. Not a lot of scalping. They only got 2 things that are out of stock. A lot of stuff is online only. But I guess you can use a lot of the AOS crap and everything. Nothing's really being scalped out of there. It's just the Bretonnian characters for some reason. Is there anything in the Tomb King range? Yeah, I would say a couple of the things that are probably being scalped are the Tomb Scorpion itself and the Bone Giant. I bet you can't get a decent Bone Giant. Go on eBay here. Bone Giant, Bone Daddy Giant. Let's see. I mean, you don't even need to buy that one. Yeah, here's one for $169.99. Just buy the Reaper Bone Colossus. The Reaper Bone Colossus. As a matter of fact, I'll get on screen cap here in a minute. Here, let's just go there. I like the Reaper site. It's always good to go to the Reaper site. Find that specific miniature, hopefully under Giant. There he is. All right. So I feel that I owe you some painting. We gotta shrink. Ah! Get rid of Akachan. Alright, yeah, just buy that. There you go. That'll solve all of your freaking problems right there. I mean, I know it's not the official Games Workshop model. You better not do that. But this thing will literally just suffice at any given time, you know, and here's one that's decently painted for 29 bucks. You got 29 bucks. But they're doing it over there on that range. And I understand, you know, Tomb Kings of Bretonnia have been gone for a long time. I'm going to hate to see what they do, the kind of scalping that is going to take place when the Wood Elf models hit. But they're not going to come out. They're dead last, by the way, which I think is complete and total shit. They're dead last. But, yeah, just buy that model. Don't fucking feed these guys anything, you know? And it happens in, God, what other... Does anybody else know of anything that's being scalped really bad? I just noticed it with Bretonnia, and it pisses me off. Oh, yeah, it's Forge World shit, too. So I needed some, what do you call it? Go in here and type in Iron Warriors real quick. Right here. I was going to buy some of these. I was going to buy some of these, and they were sold out. I guess I could buy them now that they've increased their prices on them. But I was going to buy some of these for my Iron Warriors, and they were all sold out. And then I saw, like, 6 of these marked up on eBay. Like, literally, they do it to Forge World tanks as well. Like, can't you figure out a better way to make a living than buying a bunch of Forge World models and then upselling them on eBay? I mean, I think the price for these, we'll just do it now. $180. I'm going to mark it up by 65%. So you'd be making $117 a model if people would pay it. And that's just, it's becoming a rampant problem. And I mean, I know that they're never going to get up off their asses in the UK and do a little bit of fucking work. You just got a shit ton of BlackRock money. And you're going to sit there and tell me with a straight face that you can't open up a production facility in Wyoming? Put it in a place where nobody will ever go looking for it. Oh, a Games Workshop store in Wyoming? Oh, I'm not going to Wyoming. Put it in Wyoming. You'll get tax benefits for opening up a business over there. And then all that thing does is process miniatures and makes more miniatures and then ships those miniatures out. There you go. Because your Nottingham factory isn't cutting it ever since you guys unbuckled from China during COVID. Anyway. Yeah, don't feed the scalpers. You made a lot from the Beast Snagga box just saying that? Oh. I mean, I don't know. And it comes down to there are people who are actually going to play so when I'm actually playing Bretonnians, I didn't just pick those up for the flavor of the month that they were and everything. I actually have a fully painted army. I'm about to have some more figures painted for that. But yeah, it seems like whenever a new release comes out, somebody will go and they'll buy 5 or 6 of them. It was just like those little Nintendos. Those little Nintendos, they did the NES Mini and the SNES Mini, and then nobody ever bought the Sega one. The Sega one didn't sell. They bought up all those mini consoles, and they were just selling them for triple the price on eBay. Dude, get a fucking life. This is what you do with your savings account money? You could buy stock, Yeah, I don't blame you there. Some of those super heavies are pretty ridiculous, printing those out and everything. I mean, and if they can't get off their ass from a production standpoint, people are going to print what they need. I printed a Green Knight because I couldn't get a Green Knight. I'm not going to sit there and wait for one either. I should be able to go to the website and buy almost any single model. But it's just some of that Bretonnian stuff is really hard to. A 5K points army with 20 pound. Yeah, I can see that. I've been fired up a little bit today. Yeah. I used to make a fortune. Okay, I haven't been keeping up with chat. I've been going up here. No spoilers. I'm not familiar with Bamboo Labs printers. I used to make a fortune off scalping. I used to fund and buy all my Frostgrave terrain for the club. It's not even worth it now. Oh, that's another thing. The prices have gone up across the board. Yeah, we were talking in my group about how the Kill Team box, just a box of 10 soldiers, will cost you $80. And here's the point. Here's the problem I have with that. They're trying to they push Kill Team as an entry point into the hobby. And that's an entry point that you don't fucking need, because your entry point into the hobby for 40K is Combat Patrol. Shut the fuck up and play Combat Patrol. All right? And if you're poor, you can forget about being competitive in 40K. All right? Unless you want to buy a second-hand army. Just shut up. Play your Combat Patrol, take your screen light, and tomato is a vegetable, and play Combat Patrol. You basement-dwelling mother... Umper. Alright, let's see here. FDM, EDM, aka printing layers of spools, plastic. I don't know what that is. FDM, EDM. I don't know what any of that is. D... Oh, okay. When am I coming to Game with the Ranger? I have got to do that. I was supposed to visit my childhood friend in Montana, and I've got to get around to visiting the Ranger in Arizona. Drac Wizard, I am sorry. I've got to do that. I feel bad that I haven't been able to, what do you call it? Come down and see him after he did the old skeet and skedaddle. I really do miss him because there's nobody to talk history with when he's. I haven't had a good historical conversation for a long time since he left because one of the hardest things that would happen whenever me and him tried to play a game. Shout out to the Ranger Drac. Whenever me and Ranger sat down to play a game, there would be a bullshit session that would last for an hour, and I'd be like, we got to put the brakes on this. We've been talking for an hour, and we got to actually play this fucking game real quick. And it's like, oh shit, yeah. We could talk for hours. Me and him could talk for hours. He's so knowledgeable about all the German stuff in World War II. But then when you need him to bring a presentation, I don't know how he passed college. When you need him to bring a presentation, when we're sitting there talking about the Battle of Thermopylae or the history, but I give him props on the Battle of Alia. He had all of that research right there. But when we did the presentation for Marathon and the presentation for Thermopylae, it was all me and my notes. And I was like, it's all good. I got this, Makes me look smart temporarily. I'll take that, Let's see here. I know, but so Owen Lee, I just wish there was some other way that, there's got to be a limit. There's got to be a limit. I know there's big money in scalping, I guess. When you only make $300 for selling 6 miniatures, after buying the miniature. Now, one problem that they need to cut down on again is store owners. So there was another store here where that was owned by another dickhead. It's since moved to Washington. He would do that a lot. He would actually scalp out of his own stock a lot, which is something I don't agree with. I know you got to pay your rent at the end of the day, but when you have first access to a lot of things, and then you just don't sell it, and you put it on your own private eBay and then sell it, and plus you're getting the 45% discount for being a retailer, yeah, that's an unfair advantage, and you're actually making some real money for once, but then you're kind of cheating the people who would normally buy it. Just stop scalping the Green Knight. You forced me to print one. What else can I say? Is my frustration making you stronger? That's okay. I've given up on the fight. Bamboo Labs is... So Bamboo Labs is a 3D printer for Luddites. Okay. Yeah, I've seen those 3D printers at work in my friend's basement and everything. They're like little slaves that just go to work constantly. Yeah, I'm probably never going to get a printer. I'm never going to get a printer even if it's offered for me. One, I don't need any more clutter in my house, and two, I don't need that looming over me. So, I guess we can paint for a little bit here, But yeah, the scalping thing, that kind of sucks. God, is it 11 already? Okay, so this is a new Knight of the Realm unit. There's going to be 5 of these guys. Here's your champion. That's what they're going to look like. Half blue, half gray. Got to clean up some lines real quick. Wrong. Oh, Sambora. Somber gray. Need a little somber gray. Just a touch will do me. I don't need a lot. Just a... Put a little edge highlight on some of that so it just pops out a little bit more. And you only really need to do this for the gray because the blue mixes pretty well with the wash, but the gray needs to be picked up again. There we go. And then you might need... We're gonna have to touch it one more time. I gotta get this guy done. Gonna go kick the bags later with my buddy Bo Yang Fan, aka Asian Chad. Love doing the kickboxing thing. I haven't been able to spar because I've had an injured foot. I've had an injured knee. I collided knees and I was limping around for 2 weeks, and then I hyperextended my foot. You know, I mean, I think it's good to get a. All of these injuries are mild, but I think it's good to take on minor sports injuries every now and then. That also keeps your, what do you call it? Your minor sports injuries keeps your testosterone in production. As dumb as that sounds, men are a very specific crop, you know. You can't give a man too much water and sunlight. You can't, you know, we're a lot like the what do you call it? Trees that don't. We're labor intensive to raise a man right. We're very labor intensive. We don't bear fruit like an almond tree for a very long time. We're gonna do his teeth. This horsey needs a set of teeth. Optimus Prime! Currently working on Salamanders for Kings of War. Good luck. To any Kings of War player out there, good luck with that game. I support it wholeheartedly to this day. I just don't like how the audience wouldn't like support people like Jerry Ultimate Power Gamer. Shout out to him if he's still watching, you know. Shout out to Kyle from that channel I can't remember. It's a good time in my life. Get a little horse tooth on there, horse tooth. Then we're gonna get our detail brush out. And we're going to do the eyeballs of the horsey. And that's a good game. Kings of War is a good game. I've still got my goblins to this day. If somebody wanted to play, you know, like I have an open invitation to some of my fans out there. If you're willing to travel and sleep, I'd even buy a cot. That's what I should do. I should sell a weekend package. That's what I should sell, a weekend package to come and game with HD. There you go. You'll get breakfast every morning, and then you'll play, and you'll get a 6-pack of beer at night. But you have to figure out your own dinner. I can probably cook you a competent breakfast. That's about it. You probably don't want me cooking anything else for you. I got the shakes. That's not good. There we go. Horse is done. Base is done. He needs his decnals, but you know how to put decnals on at this point. I've done a lot of that on screen. We'll put this away. Another problem I had is that I got my early this year, in October, I went and bought my birthday present and everything. And And so I was telling my mom, she's like, "What? If I had told you that I wanted a Retron, would you even know what that is?" And she gave me this blank stare, like, "What's a Retron exactly?" So just fork over the $100. I'm like, "I have to." She's like, "I have to get you something," and I'm like, "Okay, get a Retron." So I've been playing the shit out of Bad Dudes. If I beat level 4 in Bad Dudes, I'm still a man. That's the way I see it. You know what I like about Bad Dudes? Is that you got a bunch of gym bros beating the crap out of like martial arts ninjas, you know? Gym bros got to go save the president. There should be some modders out there that like you got like Rich Piana and what's his name? Who's another guy? Yeah, buddy, I can't remember his name. Yeah, buddy. Ronnie Coleman. Ronnie, you make those two. Rich Piana and Ronnie Coleman, they can be the bad dudes to go and rescue President Trump, who's been kidnapped by Antifa, you know, and they're just wrecking face everywhere. I'm going to put a little bit of a bleach bone on the belly of this bird real quick while I have the color out. Because I don't know what color this bird's supposed to be, but I'm going to give him a nice little white belly. Oh no, a hair. Where is it? It's on the brush. Got it. Get his falcon done. Because we're to the point where we glue the entirety of the model together on some of these, and I think hopefully I get these guys done today. I don't know about yellow anymore. Okay, so let's get this example out here real quick. Okay, so a lot of times when I do yellow, one thing that I do is if I'm starting from black, I will put down Xandri dust first. All right, I will put down Xandri dust first, and I've noticed that Uriel yellow layer likes to stick to Xandri dust. It likes this color it likes Xandri dust as a base. All right. Now I will put a thin layer of yellow on sometimes, and I will wash the yellow with either soft tone or watered down strong tone. Then I'll do all the other colors. Then I'll come back and I'll highlight the yellow. And if I have to, if I want it to be just very, very, if I want to eliminate the brush strokes sometimes that you get with yellow, I will ink the yellow and then go back over it with a little bit more Uriel yellow. So I'll make all my cleanup. Make all my other colors, and then I will ink the yellow and go back over it with another thin layer. And that's how I got this vibrant yellow here on this. Because painting this is a pain in the ass. And if it's too bright, I'll take some more watered down wash, and this is very, very watered down. I'll test it over here on some yellow stain, and I'll wash it again with a very watered down strong tone or soft tone. And that's kind of how I do my yellow. So there you go. That got washed again. So what I'm going to do here, so still got a little bit of a Xandri on this, and I'm just going to kind of go around the edge a little bit here, work it down where I got splotchy. And you can just, oh fuck, of course I hit the gray. Okay. Okay, and then this is the same thing. This is that mixture. It was sandry dust and then yellow. And so this is the second coat. And you could just kind of go down and paint with the wet edge. And I'm going to have a decal here that's going to detract from the color anyway. See, there's a nice little yellow right there. It doesn't need to be perfect because, again, when I put the decal there, and I'll do this on screen, when I put the decal there, it's going to detract everything. Oh, I can't do that because I have to wash it first. There we go. Right. There you go. Just we're going to get that little corner there. Yellow is a ponderous color sometimes. I hate it myself a lot. Yeah, what's his name? Ronnie Coleman. Yeah, buddy. I can't. There's 100 ways to do it. I'm sure that somebody else has it better than mine down. But this is going to be an army that I play with all the time. So I'm not going for gold demon people. You have to understand that when somebody spends a year painting a miniature, that miniature is never going on a table. Somebody's either going to buy it for a lot of money, like somebody bought, like when I sold my crystal brush offering, somebody paid me like $500 for that. I couldn't believe I made so much money on 7 miniatures. I wish I had some pictures. I have some pictures floating around it somewhere. I'd actually have to check my old hard drive. Oh, I don't need that color. I'm just going to get a little bit more somber gray. And then one thing you can do is an optical illusion. You can just kind of go among the risen portions of the of where the yellow is. Kind of create like an optical illusion here. Just around it. Bam. Alright. Okay, so I still don't like that. I still don't like how that turned out. And if it looks a little too splotchy, which it does, we're going to get some of this foundation yellow. Because you notice this turned out pretty good. This shield turned out a lot better than that shield. If I can get it. Turned out a lot better. We're going to grab some of this foundation. We have to. Because one problem with yellow is brush strokes. One problem with... So that looks a little better, and that's where I'm going to stop it. I'm going to stop touching it at this point. Because I can't really do anything about it, because sometimes yellow has chunks in it, too. You know? Make that match. That can be brighter. It's easier to do little slivers of yellow than it is fields of yellow. And I don't know how... I might have put an hour or two into that. Only problem with yellow, one big problem I have with yellow is that you'll always kind of see your impurities in it. I don't know why they struggle to make this color in current year. Oh god, that went down the wrong tube. I'm gonna die on stream. Yeah, yellow is just it's hard. It's a hard color to hide. It really is. I mean, I can look at this and I can still find things that I don't like about it, and so what I'm gonna do next is these guys are actually ready to mount up, so I'm gonna do that now. So that'll probably be where I have to end the stream because. Oh, first, before I do that, I actually let me do this real quick. One step that I do is I do the gold, the little studs on their leather real quick with a little bit of gold. So we'll do that now. Sorry, I'm not in focus on this one. I have to kind of be off stream. And we'll paint this gold too. There we go. All right, let's do that. Shoot! I knew that was coming the whole stream. God. I felt that one for an hour. When I sneeze hard. Feels like my chest is going to rip out of my... I feel like I'm getting a chest burster sometimes. Let's see if we can do this. What do we got? What do we got base-wise? Good base. Some decent super glue. And then you see where I fucked up there. I forgot to paint the leather on that, of course. These guys kind of suck. Because that's how you have to do it. That's exactly how you have to do it. And then we can take this guy. Hope he needs his head. This head is a little bit more along than the other head. Horse's head is its own little thing. That's annoying. Oh, wrong head. I have to do this head. This head goes to that body because I could tell. And you make fuck-ups like that. There we go. Let's hurry up and do that saddle real quick. And get into the head here. What am I being shy for? It's the saddle. There we go. Alright, nobody's really going to notice that, and then I just finish all of this here. And then this guy, he can sit up on top and get washed. But we're going to finish the, we better just finish the head real quick. The head of this horse. Otherwise, having the knight on top might make it a little bit harder. We'll make those gold, so we'll paint them brown as well. Go. Now we just have to do these little things right here. The bridle. All right. Good. A little bit of gold. Always liked this guy with the bird and everything. I always made this guy's an alternative for the musician model. My phone's lighting up, but we're almost done streaming. And we gotta do Toothus. Toothus. It needs Toothus and eyes. Needs them teethus. There we go. Now we just put the eyes on the horse and we'll glue the rider on. Well, thank you, CJ Wargaming. You could always check me out on Rumble. What's up, Alec? Sorry, I've been concentrating, so I'm just catching. Oh, nice games. How are you doing, buddy? Everything's doing good, nice games. I got to catch up on some of the fine content that you've been doing over there on your channel. That I have to do. Because you've been a beast lately, a content beast. Oh, eyeballs. And it's just two little specks on each eye. There we go. Done. Yeah, I saw that you had some, what do you call it, orcs from the, I don't remember the name of the game, but I did see that video up today. You had just painted up some different color orcs from the Oathmark range. Come on. Oh, you gotta be joking me. Motherfucker. Oh, you would do this to me, you piece of shit. Piece of garbage. And there. Your knight is ready for battle. At least in a couple of seconds here. Hopefully he glues to that horse. And I'm not coming back. I am not coming back. Anyway. A Kickstarter for the new P3 paints? I did not know about that. I know that, what do you call it? I was looking to see if I could sell my Scorn army for Hordes, and I don't think I'm going to get shit for it. I haven't seen anybody even making content for Hordes. I have not seen it, or War Machine for that matter. You know, I'm pretty much convinced that Privateer Press either needs to do something very quickly or go out of business. And I don't know what they're going to do to attract new players, because they were the talk of the cock of the cock for a little while over there at Privateer. Their paints are okay, but I don't know what they're going to do to attract more business. I always try to watch my fingers with that super glue. Oh, good, he's in there. That's good. One minor detail. One minor detail. Because now we're going to wash the rider with our mixture here. So they get on the horses and then they get washed. There we go. So our rider, our musician is ready. Our champion's ready. You always got to go through the command first. The command has to get done first. Anyway, I've got to get on with the rest of my day, as I'm sure a lot of you guys have to. So, what have we been through today? We've been through Scalpers, we've been through politics, we've had a wide range of things that we talked about on stream. I'll be releasing the third video for Monsterfest on Rumble tonight, so if you're not doing anything later on tonight, look for that over there on Rumble. And then I'll be, depending on how good this video does algorithmically, which, you know, I'm hoping it does okay, I'll probably be releasing the next video for that on YouTube, maybe around Wednesday. So look for it there. So it'll be the Rumble for the third video of Monsterfest. Don't forget to check that out. Don't forget to sign up for Rumble Premium if you don't like the commercials. I never signed up for YouTube Red or whatever it is, you know, because but I immediately signed up for Rumble Premium, you know, because the algorithm always works over there. So link in the description to the Rumble channel below. Let's see here. Didn't know about that. Okay. One piece garbage. Time. All right. Good move. All right. I'm glad you guys are talking. It's good when you guys talk amongst yourselves, you know, especially when I'm hunkered down and concentrated. Yeah, check me out on Rumble. If you need to get in touch with me about movie reviews, do so on Instagram. Yes, you can pay me to review horror movies. Disney will cost you $100 though, if I have to go to the theaters and sit down in there. And then the standard horror movie fee is just $25. I think that's pretty fair, and those can be made directly to. But if you're a patron, you get to do it whenever you want. Anyway, the links for all that are in the description. I always try to get back to my Instagram DMs as quickly as possible. If you leave a comment on this video, I will get back to you in the comment section. I'm very punctual, so I am accessible. So I hope you enjoyed this stream, you guys. Thanks for showing up. No, I am not going on a date. I have kickboxing at 1 o'clock, and I got to get something into my stomach. I was doing some housework. cleaning and everything, and I've got to do the rest of my meal prep. So all that stuff's got to get done, and then I'm going to my mom's house at 5 for dinner. So as we lose the rest of the AM hours here, there are some things that I need to get done. Laundry needs to get started. I should fold the clothes because I've been living out of... I do my laundry, and then I never fold it. I just live out of piles on the ground, and I'm trying to be a little bit more disciplined, so... There you go. And I'm fucking hungry, and I gotta piss like a racehorse. So there is that. Thank you for everybody who's showing up. As you know, YouTube has many features you can use to interact with me. You can like the video. Hope you like and share the video. Dislike it. It's just as good, I guess. And then we'll say, yes, I know I need to get them made, but inflation being what it is, I can't afford a maid anymore. So housework is gay. That is right. So in case I don't see you, keep playing, keep painting. Don't forget to check out the Monsterfest videos. I need some likes on those videos. I put a lot of time into them. I'm really proud of anything that I do for Monsterfest. And we'll see you in the next one, gentlemen. Stay metal and have a happy month of Halloween.